and I'm up next. Greetings, Congresswoman Val Demings. I am so honored to be in your presence, in your space, and have a seat at this table, and not just a seat, but a voice at this table too. I'm very honored. I am Venus Johnson. I'm a junior at the illustrious Howard University. I'm majoring in strategic legal communications and minoring in political science. So my question for you today is, being that you're from Florida, how do you feel about Florida becoming a red state again after being in the blue from the 2008 and 2012 presidential elections? And how can we progress Florida to become blue? And in a previous question, you said something that really stood out to me, and it was your remark on saying, instead of focusing on the crisis, you chose to focus on the opportunity. So with that being said, can you shed some light on the opportunity and the ways to turn Florida back blue again?
Venus, thank you so much for your question. And again, Howard University, I know you all are so proud. Let me just take a moment of personal privilege to acknowledge the first Black woman to serve as Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, the graduate of Howard University. And you know, the position of Vice President is the second most powerful position in the world, not just in the United States, but in the world. And thank you so much for that question. I talk a lot about focusing on the opportunity and not the crisis. Because remember, again, in America, the system is set up to make us focus on the crisis. It's set up to make us focus on we don't have enough money, we're not the right gender, we're not the right color, we're not in the right places, we don't know the right people. And so maybe you need to settle. Or no, you shouldn't run for Congress right now because you're not qualified. I mean, no, you shouldn't try to go to college right now because no one in your family has gone to college before you. No, you're not from the right community. And we have to focus on the opportunity. The crisis will always be there. Focus on the opportunity. Look, I was born and raised in Florida. I've never lived anyplace else. I was born and raised here. I went to school in Florida, went to college in Florida. I'm not going to give up on Florida. What we do know is this, is that in terms of numbers, there are more Democratic registered voters in Florida than Republicans. And unfortunately, we have not done a good enough job of really motivating Democratic voters to go to the polls. Now, let me say this too about Florida. Florida is also like three different states within one. As you well know, we have a large population of people who moved to Florida from other locations, right? And so while they're registered as Florida voters, their politics may be someplace else. And so let's just keep that in mind. But Florida has the numbers. We need to mobilize a movement to encourage Democratic voters to turn out to the polls. And I think that we have not done a good enough job in doing that. Look, we've lost some critical elections. I know you all remember the election with Andrew Gillum, lost by 1 percentage point. Bill Nelson, in his re-election campaign for Senate, lost by 1 percentage point. Now he was running against Rick Scott, who put $50+ million of his own money into the race. But we have lost some close elections. What really bothered me in the presidential was that we lost by 3 percentage points, which means we're not moving in the right direction. I had a conversation, Venus, with someone yesterday, and we talked about Florida has 67 counties, and we've got to go county by county and talk to voters who really believe in our democracy, really believe in opportunity, really have been discouraged and felt like we were somehow not speaking to them and their issues, apologize, beg for forgiveness, and get them motivated to go to the polls. 2022, we'll have another Senate election and a gubernatorial election. We have the numbers. We've just really got to get people motivated. And let me say this to you, young people, your voice, your energy, your strategic thinking is critical in this process. When we think about movements, significant movements in Florida, Dr. King was 26 years old when he became the leader of the civil rights movement. 26 years old. Young people have always been the energy and breath and brains behind every significant movement. We know John Lewis was 17 years old when he first positioned himself beside Dr. King, and we know the outstanding work that he has done. And so we've got to use your energy in the state of Florida and get Florida where it's gotta be. Look, Florida is the third largest state in the union, but nobody would know that, right? So we need to take our rightful position. And while it's always a challenge, I really believe that we can do this. And thank you so much for your question, and thank you for all you're doing. I'm really excited about this group, and thank you for bringing us together tonight.
Thank you.